TRX is. Basically what it is suspension training. So we use our own body weight to create the resistance in order to perform the exercises. It's a lot different to your normal weightlifting exercises, which basically stimulate your major muscle groups. This will do everything. It'll create instability for you so that you also activate the core muscles. So every workout that we do is a core workout. Then there will also be some floor exercises which are really intense and really targeting that core body part. So we'll start off today in a sequence, and what I mean by that is that we'll start off targeting the major muscle groups, which are the legs. I'll work into the back exercise, then into the chest, some shoulder exercises, some tricep, biceps, and then you'll see that I'll get down on the floor and we'll work some serious core workout exercises. So let's begin. Now, what I'm doing is adjusting the straps in order for us to work out our legs. This is my squat motion. To progress my squat, I'll bring one leg forward and come back down into the squat. Always keeping tension on the strap and evening it out. Always making sure to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Exhale on the effort. You'll notice I'm looking upwards, and that's because I'm focusing on the anchor, so where the straps are connected. That just allows me to not create a lot of tension in the back of my neck. Okay, now, so what we've done is the squat and the one-legged squat. We can move into jumping squats. So, basically coming down to the squat and jump, and jump. That's a jumping squat. Okay, next what we're going to do is a sprint. So you can already see the heart rate is up. What I want to do is have the handles tucked in nicely under my armpit. Create an angle. Once I've created my angle, I'll bring one leg back and then I'll drive it forward. Looking straight ahead. If I want to increase this workout, all I do is same motion, bring the knee up, back down, bring the knee up, back down, bring the knee up, back down, bring the knee up, and of course you repeat it on the other side. Alright, now, adjusting the straps in order to do a lunge workout. This can get a bit tricky in terms of how to create a one strap. We put our foot in, so toes in, moving slightly away from the anchor point. I'm trying to balance, putting weight on my left leg, and all I'm going to do is a reverse lunge. Now the mirrors are extremely handy because it allows me to see my posture, my alignment, My knee's not going over my toe. So that leg, the left leg, is really getting a good workout. There we go. Okay, and you repeat it on the other side. So that is a lunge. Now for the hands. Now when you look at all the exercises, there's different progressions. So I'm using a mixture of the beginner progressions, intermediate, and you'll see some will be a bit more advanced. Okay. So hamstring. Get down on the floor. What you want is the cradles to be rocking just above your toes. There we go. Put your thumbs in the cradle, get your heels in, keeping the strap nice and straight down from its anchor point. So, what we want is hips to be raised. We can use our palms to assist us. So my hips are up, and all I want to do now is create weight from my heels into those cradles, and then I want to draw my knees forward. My toes are always pointing up. Hips higher if I can, and keep them up. So once you know you can manage your hips up higher, there's no point in dropping them down. Why would you do that for? You're wasting your time. Alright, and then hips down. That'll seriously work out your hammies. Now, what we're doing is a back row. Elbows into the side and taking an angle. So I'll just explain the angle. If I walk closer to the anchor point, I'm going to make my workout harder. The further I walk out, the easier. Now, it goes to say as well that if I take a wide stance, I make my workout easier. If I take a narrow stance, I make my workout harder. This is why it's so important that you actually have a trainer with you whilst you're doing the TRX. It's open to a lot of injuries if you're not doing it correctly. So, hence why I decided to make a back row. So I'm going to create my angle. Creep, 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 creep. I'm going to lock in my shoulders, meaning they're never going to slide forward or back. So this is my locking. My chest is going to stick out. Look into the mirror. Am I aligned? So does my shoulder, does my hip and my knee and my ankle all align? Well, this wouldn't be, and neither would that. So right there, perfect. And up. Do I want to make it harder? I creep further in. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so back row. Normally what you want to aim for is doing 30 seconds of the workout, then a 30-second rest, and then keep continuing. The way I worked it out is anywhere between 10 to 15 reps. That'll get you a 30-second workout. There's no point in going fast. You have to go slow. Alright. Now, the other back exercise, keeping it the same, is a horizontal row. So, elbows into the side. Take a stance if you need, so a wide stance. Create your angle. Position your hands where your knuckles are facing the ceiling. We call this a prone position. And then elbows out to the side. It's not creeping in because I think I want to make it harder. In, out. This is not right. That's creating slack in the band. There's always tension in those straps. My core is always switched on, and that's your horizontal row. Okay, now from there we can move on into some chest exercises. Chest exercises, lengthen the strap. You put these lovely straps around you. You creep your hands inside to the handlebars. Now, alignment, alignment, alignment. Stands wide, easy, narrow, hard, closer to the anchor, harder, away from the anchor, easier. So, you have your arms stretched out in front of you. If you bring them down, what's going to happen? They're going to rub up against your body, the straps. So further out, and then down into a chest press. So chest exercise, just like a push-up. Difference is, we've made it more difficult by creating instability. Want to make it harder, creep in. Body stays aligned. Now, if wide stance is still too hard, you do this. So there's kind of like half a foot in between from where you put your toe. What is this? It's a self-spotter. So just like at the gym when you're doing your bench presses, you need someone to assist you for those last 2 reps or so. This is the same thing, but it's yourself, spotting yourself. Okay, so you create a T. All you do is you drop in, and there you're going to pull up. Now that back foot is assisting me. When I start to feel that I can do this even better, I can rely less on that foot and use more of my arms. Notice with my arms, my wrists are bolted, meaning they're not bending, they're not doing this. And they're not going like that, they're bolted. So that pull is really coming from my deltoids. My chest is proud. I'm engaging in my core. I'm squeezing my butt in order to create a better stability. Alright, that's the shoulder T, shoulder wide, exact same thing. Create my offset. I'll come back down because this is your starting position. So I'm not going to do the letter T, I'm going to do the letter Y. So Y, up, and up, and up. So that's my Y, using my self-spotter. Okay, so those are the shoulder exercises. Then what we can do is get into some triceps and biceps. I'll show you what I mean. You lengthen the strap to work out your triceps. Seems easy, it is not. I've done overhead extensions, triceps in the form of a push-up, tricep dips, all are great workouts, but this, at the moment, personally, has become my favourite. So, what I want to do is have my forearm parallel to the ground. My elbows are going to always be facing ahead. All I'm going to do is bend and drop my body forward and push back. My wrists are not bending like this, and they're not bending like this. Watch. This is how they're bending. They're not. So they're just going straight down. And straight back, straight down, and straight back. Want to make it harder, then you sorry, move back towards the anchor. That's a tricep. Now biceps, we have to shorten the strap. Yeah. So the way you're doing this basically is that there's a clip and you're pulling down. You're grabbing the yellow tab, like a bow and arrow, you're pulling. Okay, biceps. So you drop your body in and you push up. So what's happening is I'm starting in neutral position, then I'm twisting my arms, my hands outwards, and that they're going to align. My pinky finger will align with my ears. See? And my elbows stay nice and high. My body is still aligned. Notice my feet are rocking. So in some of the exercises, you will have a rocking motion. If you feel like you want to keep your feet down, then go ahead. But if you need to bring them up, bring them up. It's fine, so long as you're keeping that consistency with your body being aligned. Okay, so that's the biceps. On my knees and create a rollout. When I'm creating my rollout workout, my feet want to be in line with the anchor that's hooked up into the ceiling. All I do is have my arms parallel, take a deep breath, and extend my body forward, and then extend, and then reverse. So my wrists are not bending. There we go. So again, parallel arms, pulled out in front of me, my core is switched on, my buttocks is switched on, and come back. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. This one I'll take I'll take a lot of time when I'm doing it. I'm not rushing it. You really have to focus on your breathing. You really have to focus on that you're locking your shoulders, you're extending your arms out. You hold it for a little bit, and then you come back in. Let's do it again. So. Okay, there's a progression to this as well, but that's for another time. Now to really get into the abs, what I have to try to do is make sure, again, same thing that I did with my hamstrings, is that the cradle is just rocking above my toes. So I'm happy with that. Now to get into the cradles, there's two ways. I'm a little bit flexible, so I can get in this way. And what I want to do today now is either start on my elbows or I can start on my hands. I'm going to start on my elbows, this is easier. So we'll do the easy one to just show you. I'm coming into plank position. Now having a look and making sure my body's aligned. The moment my toes are not doing what they should do. So toes are pointing down to the ground, heels are pushed into the bar. My stomach is braced. My buttocks is tight, and I'm going to come up into a plank and knees into the chest. Come up into a plank and knees into the chest, back down to a plank. That is extremely hard. We're going to do the side crunch, still on our elbows, as this is the easiest one to do. Come into your plank. You bring knees into the chest, then you want to come to your sides, to your right side, to your left side, and continue. That's your oblique. Okay, now the plank. difficult, but difficult is good when you're ready for it. Because you make sure your feet are in, you get your toe lined up to the heel of the other leg. You put yourself in a nice line. You're going to use this hand to assist you to hop up. What you do, first step, is raise the hips. Raise the hips. From this point, you're going to slowly raise your arm. And you hold it there for 30 seconds, and then you do the other side. Again, the progression to that is on your hand. And there you have it. That's around about 17 to 18 workouts. Thank you, and let me know your thoughts. And you can always go to my page on my Facebook and